everybody, on today's show, we are talking books, 6 of them. It's time to choose the next book we will be discussing. Each of our ladies will present a book choice and then tell why it should be our next read. And then we vote on them.
Yes.
So grab your cups. It's time for the tea. Ladies, it's been a while, but we are back again to select another book. Are we ready?
Yes.
Are you sure you're ready?
Yes.
I'm excited about this one too. And Margarita, we're going to start with you.
Okay. My book of choice was Piecing Me Together by Renee Watson. It's about a young girl who is an inner city kid. Her mom convinces her to go away to college. She earns a scholarship and goes away to an mostly all-white college, but she doesn't fit in. However, she meets someone else who's a guidance counselor, so she tried to fit in. And, you know, it's a bit of a challenge for her, but she makes it.
So, ladies, are there any questions or comments for her about concerning this book?
Where does it take place? How far is her mom like really trying to send her? Is she sending her, I know you said it's inner city, but then she winds up in a predominantly white school.
Right.
How far
I wouldn't
away?
say that far. And another thing, you got to read the book.
Yeah.
I can't tell everything.
Good save. Good save, Margarita. Are there any other questions or comments?
I think it would be create a great discussion about race and class.
Absolutely.
So, Margarita, I feel like that's a pretty good choice.
I think so
you
too.
are recommending Piecing Me Together
by Renee Watson.
By Renee Watson.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so Alfie, we are up to you.
Yes, thank you. So I am recommending A Kind of Freedom by Margaret Wilkerson Sexton. So this book takes us on a journey with the family beginning at the height of World War II up until today. Oh, wow. And through this book, we get to see a lot of the challenges that our community has faced throughout the ages, including segregation in the South. The family also has to deal with the drug epidemic. Additionally, they are in New Orleans, so they are devastated by Hurricane Katrina.
Oh, wow.
And we get to see them rebuild the family after that. So, highly recommend this one. I think it's something that we can all relate to, and I look forward to seeing the discussion on this.
Oh, yo, you already
I already
saying
know.
that what we gonna
I
pick.
already know that this is where we're
Well,
going to end
all right,
up.
ladies, since she is so confident in her choice, do y'all have any questions for her?
So it seems like it's about a family. So who's the main protagonist that we'll be looking out for?
We're going to be meeting a lot of different people because it takes place across a span of generations.
Well, all right, Janelle, looks like it's on you.
I'm ready. So my book is What We Lose, and it's by Zinzi Clemmons. So this book is about a young woman who's growing up in the United States, but her family is South African. So she is here, she's between South African and African, American. And so she's trying to find her way through life. When she knows her mother, she knows her background from South Africa, but very loosely. She doesn't consider it her own home, but she's still trying to figure out the history of that's in her own blood. She kind of straddles the race between being dark-skinned and light-skinned and trying to really figure out that in the United States. So this book is awesome. It's about not only race relations within one race within the United States, but also about illness, loss, and how you can deal with losing your own family member and then how to carry on and honor that person's life, even though you didn't really fully understand where they came from. You didn't get the opportunity to ask those questions and then piecing out together your identity.
Okay, so are there any, I guess Margarita, before I can even get it out.
I jumped right into it. Me, for anybody else. I think that's so interesting. I like that What We Lose. I think the book has a perfect title pertaining to what you were explaining to, only because a lot of us want to find out our background. Not just we know our great-grandmother and our grandfather. What have we came from?
I really think it's interesting that you spoke about the quote-unquote light-skinned, dark-skinned trivia. Because so many times you would think it's 2017, that will be dead, but it's still alive and well. So, all right, so you are recommending What We Lose by Zinzi Clemmons. All right, it's on me. It's on me. All right, y'all, I am recommending The Perfect Find by Tia Williams. This book is a fun book for me because it's a fun book and it kind of hit to home. It talks about someone that is, let's say, going through, okay, ladies, you know how it is. Once we start reaching that 40 mark, getting ready to be 40, we feel like the biological clock is ticking, especially if you haven't had children. We feel like everything is getting ready to change. So this book deals with that. It's about a young lady who basically loses her job. Then she has to reinvent herself. And then she gets into a little sizzly little relationship that she really should not. So it's almost like she's getting ready to risk it all. But does she risk it all? Or does she get it all? But y'all gonna have to read my book to find the answers to that question. Just thought I'd throw that out there. So it's a fun little sexy book that really, it's fun and sexy, but I promise you we can all relate to the character because I feel like all of us are going through that reinventing stage. So are there any questions for moi?
Well, I have a question. I mean, it sounds like you are speaking my life right now. I am, again, countdown to 40, again, hoping that moment happens. So in terms of, again, her and, again, wanting to have a child, I mean, is she struggling with infertility or is it just more about not finding the right match?
More or less struggling with being single and not wanting to be a single parent. And there's so many women that have, and I can relate to what you're saying, we've waited so late, per se, and not having children. So she deals with that in the book as well. So trust me, I'm right there with you. Because it's like if it don't happen before 50 and I got a couple more years, boo, it ain't happening because we're going to have to close up shop.
You can get a miracle.
No.
We have the technology.
I believe in Esther, but not this one.
Hold it, I've got something to tell you. If you really want to be a part of this conversation, the only way you can get in is if you subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave a comment. That's the only way your voice is going to get heard. So hurry up, click subscribe and drop a comment at the end. See ya.
Well, all right, ladies, Nigeria is on you.
You have to come to me because I got a little competition for you.
Okay, bring it.
Okay, so the book that I am recommending on this week is Seeking Sarah by ReShonda Tate Billingsley. And so if you're familiar with any of her books, you already know that there's going to be some high drama, but she always deals with deep and serious issues at the same time. And so in this book, Sarah is one of the top PR. She's at the top of her game. She has a great boyfriend, like everything is good, but her father becomes ill and dies. And her father is her whole world because her mother died when she was 7 years old, except her mother didn't really die.
Uh-oh, come on, twist.
And so yes, oh. So grandma spills the tea that the mother is not really dead. And Sarah decides to go on a mission to find out where her mother really is, find out who she really is because she feels like she doesn't know who she is now because everything she's been told is a lie. Her whole life is a lie.
Wow. All right. So, it sounds juicy, y'all. We got some competition going on.
Yeah, you do.
I like it.
There's some good stuff.
Do we have any questions or comments for
I do.
Uh-oh.
So if the mother's not really dead and the grandmother spilled the tea of why her mom's not dead, what prompted her to actually tell the truth now after all these years?
Because after the father dies, she reveals to her that your mother is actually alive. Now, to find out what her motivation was,
Right.
you have to choose this book.
Okay.
Cliffhanger. Woo. So, y'all, it's getting hot.
It is getting hot in here.
All right, Dina.
I forgot to mention.
Your time is over. Your time is over. It's Dina's time.
Again, reclaiming my time.
Reclaim your time.
And reclaiming a story.
Uh-oh.
So my book is Unforgivable Love by Sophfronia Scott, and it is a retelling of dangerous liaisons set during the Harlem Renaissance.
Wow.
So this is a story about sex and power, and instead of 18th century aristocrats in the French court. We have characters set in the Harlem Renaissance we have May, who's the main character. She is of money, and she likes to play sex games like Samantha Jones. You know, she sees it's her way of having power as a woman back in the day. If they can do it, I can do it, and I have the money. And a friend of hers, Val, who's also a player. And so he is interested in her, but he has not added her to his list of conquests. And she says, well, if you want me, I'm going to have you seduce a virgin. And so she picks out someone for him to seduce. But, you can seduce people, but there shall be no love. And what is really fun about this book is that she's such a great writer. Her writing is very poetic. You feel sort of seduced by the writing. You feel there. And, New Harlem, Old Harlem.
The haters trying to block it now.
And we're in Harlem.
Reclaiming my time. We're in Harlem.
No, your time is over.
Unforgivable love.
Unforgettable love. So, all right, y'all. Do y'all have any questions about Miss Dina, who went over time for Unforgettable Love?
I have a question. So the virgin that he's seducing, is she aware that she's a part of this seduction, scandal, conquest game, or is she just, dating?
That wouldn't make it fun if she knew.
Of course not. It wouldn't be fun if she knew.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
That's the challenge, right?
All right, Margarita.
How old does she seem? This might be a question, a little challenge, and I probably got to read a book. Does she seem 20s, 30s?
Who is she? The main character?
Yeah.
She's in her 30s, 40s. She's an older woman, experienced.
Wow, to be doing that? Okay, anyway.
Age
That's true.
There is no
You're
age
right.
in playing
You're
game.
right. Don't judge.
Playing game has no age.
But for that time period, she is on, that might not be where she's going, but I'm going to save you right now, sister. For that time period, if this is taking place during the Harlem Renaissance, for her to be, it's not 40 like it is today, 40 is the new 20.
Is old.
She is old to be out there playing these kind of games.
Okay.
I'm interested, is that discussed in the book? Again, the understanding of women and their sexuality at that time and some of the norms and how she's going against it. Is that something that is discussed in the book?
That's a big part of it,
woman
because
in her
they
place?
do have a much more sheltered life. That's a big deal to do that. And there wasn't contraception around the way there is now. I mean, there are consequences, your reputation, what's going to happen. There are consequences. It's different.
All right, ladies. Are you ready to vote?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Well, all right.
Ready.
Let's go. All right, ladies. Are you ready for the reveal?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Margarita, we're starting with you.
All right. Well, very hard again, but I had to choose. Seeking Sarah.
All right. Offie?
I had to go with The Perfect Find.
All right, Offie. And Janelle?
Piecing me together.
I guess it's my turn. I chose Unforgettable Love.
I have that book here.
That's not the name?
Unforgivable.
Unforgivable. That's what I said.
Unforgettable.
Okay, that counts, or do I get a strike because I wrote the wrong name? It's funny. So that's what I really wanted to say, Unforgivable Love. Sorry, y'all. I guess since you're trying to correct me and comfort me, we're going to go with you next, Nigeria.
I came for you so I can make sure my book.
Go home, Renaissance. She had to amp it up. Go home, Renaissance.
Unforgivable Love. I love the Harlem Renaissance.
Yes.
So I was sold as soon as you said Harlem Renaissance. I love that.
And Dina?
Unforgivable Love.
All right. We don't even have to look for that one. Y'all, we have a winner. We know what book we will be discussing next. Unforgivable Love by Sophfronia Scott.
Yep.
All right. I'm excited. I'm excited.
There's a lot going on in that book.
It's all real juicy. We really appreciate you clicking in, and we hope you will help us keep the conversation going and growing right here with the ladies on The Team.